Okay, we are going to draw 2 wild cards, and people braved, I think we've got 8 or 10. Lora Davis. Did you say what I think you said? Yeah, right now. Okay.
You call my name, I have chocolate in my teeth now. Hi. So, my wife and I moved here a year ago from Washington State. Thank you. Washington State, if you didn't know about it, is really wet. And about 4 years ago in Washington State, they removed a dam from the Elwha River. The Elwha River runs into the Strait of Juan de Fuca on the Olympic Peninsula, and was very exciting for those of us who are environmentalists because it allowed the salmon runs to come back up the Elwha River, and the Elwha tribe of Native Americans was very excited about that. We were also very excited, so we decided to take our 2 red dogs and our RV and go see where the dam had been. So we set out one weekend, and it had been raining for 40 days and 40 nights. I don't know, a really, really long time. And we had like our rubber underwear and our rubber socks and our rubber everything. And we were going to hike this road that went up to where the dam used to be, to the Elwha, to see where the river used to be. So we put on all our rubber gear, and our friend Ramy, who is very smart and somewhat tedious, said to us, "Don't take your dogs off leash on the road because the river is running really high." And we said, "Okay, Ramy, come on, dogs, let's take your leashes off." Because the river was like 100 feet down. Nobody in their right mind is going to go down that cliff into the river. So we're walking with our dogs, and Abby sees something and runs to the edge by this chain link fence and disappears. And I turn to my wife, Linda, and say, "Our dog is dead." We caught Tanner in time, and he's no longer part of this story because he behaved. So I say to Linda, "Our dog is dead." Linda, who is not a fatalist, said, "Oh, no. We'll go find her." You can see by my body that I am not an athlete. My wife is less of an athlete than I and 8 years older than I, and it was only 4 years ago. So we go hiking down to try to find a trail to the river to find the dog, who has now, in my mind, drifted down the Elwha River into the Strait of Juan de Fuca. This is somewhere across the border to Canada. Dead. So Linda starts climbing down this slope that's really steep with deadfall and salal and blackberry bushes and trees, and she's like holding on to the trees and going, and I'm going around the other side to try, and what we find is there is a like 400-foot, by the way, I exaggerate, there's a 400-foot cliff of rock that people climb up with ropes like you, sir, talked about. And so the dog is sort of up right above. We find the dog. She's not dead. She's right above there, and Linda's over here holding onto a tree, and I'm down at the bottom of the river looking up at the dog, and we can't call her. She'll fall off the cliff. And so I say to Linda, "Hey, I'll go call 911. So I go back to the campsite, and I call 911. Now, there's a lot of search and rescue people and fire people and sheriffs in Clallam County, and they don't have a lot to do. So I call 911, and within it, because it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and meanwhile, Ramy is standing there going, "I told you so. Don't take your dog. I told you." And so we've now lost our friend. But anyways, so like 15 minutes after we call 911, 17 fire trucks and pickups and, I mean, sheriff's cars come screaming up this road because they really like to do search and rescue. They told us after the fact that one time a horse fell down there and they got it up alive. So we're like, well, you can get the dog, and that's great. So Linda's there hanging onto the tree, and the guy's at the edge going, just stay where you are. And Linda's like, oh, no, I'll come back up. No, don't move. You're going to fall down. So poor Linda, who doesn't want to be the center of attention, has to hold onto the tree while the sheriff guy comes down and puts a little helmet on her. And very cute helmet, very, very cute in that helmet. I have pictures. And puts the little thing here, that holds you up, and starts getting her up the trail. And she's like, no, it's my dog. And no, you have to come up. So he pulls her up to the top. And then this lady starts interviewing us about our dog, which, okay. And so she starts interviewing us about our dog, like, how's your dog? And is she afraid of people, and this and that? And this dog has bitten me 4 times already in like the 8 years we've had her. So she's not a very pleasant dog. And I'm like, well, she's a pretty good dog as long as you have cookies. Just give her a lot of cookies. Because I'm not going to scare the rescuer away from getting my dog off the cliff. So the lady's really nice. So she goes, and this is the coolest thing, okay? If you guys have never seen someone rescue a dog off a cliff, she brings the dog up. Well, they have it tied around a tree. And she brings the dog up in between her legs like this. And the dog weighs 60 pounds. And she's okay. And she gets the dog up. And we're all so excited. And there have to be 30 rescuers. And we all take a group picture with, I kid you not, I have the picture. With the dog and Linda in the really cute hat. And the dog is filthy and going, hi, I got some cookies. And it was the most amazing thing. And I didn't think much about it until the next morning. Our friend Ramey sent us the front page of the Clallam County newspaper. And there we were. And the headline says, search and rescue saves an elderly woman and her dog. To which case my wife says, I was the badass elderly woman. Thank you.